Our topic today, I'm going to be talking about why bad communication ruins relationship, okay? So bad communication ina involve kitu kama nini? Kunyamaziana. Ushaisikia watu wenye wana date but wananyamaziana for 1 week, 1 month, 2 weeks, okay? So that's bad communication. It means you are not communicating. The other way of bad communication is unaongeanga like you talk. Sasa naweza semaje, you don't create time enough to have communication and actually talk with your partner. So unapata huu ni mtu mwenye mtaongea asubuhi, the next time mtaongea ni the next day, okay? You know, same routine the next day. So I'm here to tell you why bad communication, kama tuseme hizo examples zenye nimepeana, why actually that can lead to the ruining of a relationship. Ama mbona relationship inazaisha ama iharibike just because you have bad communication. Number one, kenye ita happen ni once you start bringing that bad communication, tuseme hata mlianza poa, mko mna communicate kila siku, you are talking regularly, you had like a schedule of how you are communicating, but then inafika point and now there's long moments of silence. Unapata mnaanza kunyamaziana, wiki moja inapita, hamkuongeleshana, and yet you guys are saying you're in a relationship. Ukiulizwa unasema there's nothing wrong, but you're not communicating. Number one, it will create a very toxic environment. So mtu ataanza kufeel umse ananibeba ufala ama ni nini, especially the person mwenye ako on the receiving end, mwenye anapewa hiyo cold shoulder ama hiyo cold, ni kama cold war. Somebody will start feeling like umse it's like ni kama hataki kuniongelesha. So they will start to feel like they are not being appreciated, and that will breed a toxic environment, and I feel hii relationship mi imeanza kunichokesha. And that's why you hear people start talking like that. Unasikia dem anaanza kusema manze hii relationship imenichokesha. Pia a guy, you can hear a guy say that. Why? Because there has been bad communication. Hamuongeleshani literally, okay? And even when you talk, it's almost like your vibe ishaisha to the point where you don't even know what to say to each other. The best thing about communicate kila siku na kuongea na partner wako kila siku is because the more mnaendelea kujuana, the more you have more conversation. And that's why I hate that question that comes from ladies. Ile unasikia wanakuambia, mbona unaniuliza maswali mingi? And at that point as a guy, you're trying to know her because haujui anything about her. Maybe ndio umeanza kuongea, and some of them will go to the extent of, si basi kama unataka tu kuniuliza maswali usiniulize. And it's like for them it's like they don't care, okay? Mi hapo ndio sasa naachanga kukuongelesha. Why? Because I realize so mi na put in effort, I'm trying to know you, but then for you are not even trying to get to know me. So why bad communication ruins relationship is, number one, ita breed toxic environment. Your relationship itaanza kuwa toxic just because you're not talking to each other. Mnaongeleshana after 2 weeks, 1 week, itakuwa toxic sana, hana hutaweza kukaa hapo, okay? So one partner will choose to leave. The other thing that will happen ni once you create a bad communication environment, kenye ita happen ni there's going to begin a resentment. Utaanza ku resent partner wako, and maybe this is the person mwenye ulikuwa umependa, mko kwa relationship, but you will start resenting them because you are like, mbona humse ha create time for us kuongea, number one. Mbona umse ha put in effort kuongea na mimi, number 2. Mbona umse anashinda akini blue tick na kuni grey tick, because even that is bad communication. So when that happens, the partner mwenye ako on the receiving end anaanza ku resent huyu mwingine, anaanza kufeel manze wewe nikata hauni respect ama ni kama you don't see value in me. And what will happen after that, and this is like my other point, cheating. Unaanza ku create an environment for cheating. Why do people cheat? Sometimes people cheat because hawapewi attention na wale watu wenye wanaongea naye ama na partner wake. So we in a relationship, tunasema tuna date ama tuko in a relationship, committed relationship, but then you never give me the time of day, you never talk to me, you never call me, you never pick my calls. Worse off inakuanga ni huyu mse anajaribu, it's probably the person who is on this other side, anajaribu kucall, anajaribu communicate, they are trying, but you every time you are either trying to grey tick them, you are either blue ticking them, not communicating, not replying. Of course it build resentment, okay? But the point here is, because of that resentment, utaanza ku create an environment for this other partner to feel like they can cheat. Because kama huniongeleshi wiki mzima, it means hauna kazi yangu. Kama huniongeleshi kama hau reply messages zangu, it means hauna kazi yangu. So why would I spend my time talking to you while I could find somebody else to talk to, okay? So hapo ndio unapatanga mtu alianza kucheat. Why? Because there is bad communication. You're not talking to them, you're not replying, you're not trying to call them, how put in any effort when it comes to communication, okay? So anytime it gets to that point, hiyo inaanza kukua ni kama una create, ni kama unapea umse a go ahead of you just cheat on me, and somebody will just start to cheat on you. Okay, and so sometimes even as a person you go through trauma, even when you're going through stress, ni poa tu communicate na partner wako, because guess what, as long as mko kwa relationship pamoja, they expect that you'll be having conversations with them. You'd rather tell them, sai na go through stress ama na go through issue fulani, I can't really talk about it, but akisunipe tu time at least niweze kuheal from it ama kitu kama hiyo. If you tell your partner that, ata understand. Okay, lakini ukinyamaza tu alafu useme ati umenyamaza juu ya stress yako, yet ni wewe tu unajua whatever you're going through, your partner doesn't know because you haven't told them, that is going to be a big problem, na itakosua msee could drift far and far away from you. Okay, the other thing that bad communications do, inafikishanga point relationship where you guys never talk about anything, so you never solve issues. And of course kutakuwa na issues kwa relationship, so kutakuwa na zile points zenye either me disagree ama you're trying to get the opinion of this other person na yeye hataki kukupea opinion, especially when you're trying to get that support. Maybe unataka kufanya kitu, but then can you imagine ile time you're going to achieve, and this happens sometimes, at ile time unaenda ku achieve kitu, ile time unaenda kufanya, you know, you're trying to make a big leap, probably there's something you have faith in that it happen, ama kuna kitu unataka ku achieve, alafu hiyo ndo time partner wako amedecide hata kuongelesha, hiyo ndo time partner wako amedecide wewe hana kazi yako hiyo wiki. Okay, so you know it can lead to a very bad situation, because at that point maybe unataka support system, unataka msee atakucheer up, unataka msee mwenye atakwambia go, lakini nao partner wako amedecide hiyo wiki yote hakuongeleshi, amekujamia for no reason. Okay, so bad communication it gets you to a point where as a relationship you really never solve issues, because every time unaenda kusolve issue mwingine either hataki kuongea ama anaongea venye anajisikia ama hata kupay attention akiongea na wewe, so it's like they are not even there, so you can't feel their presence. Another thing is that you start feeling like you are piling up things. Ushaipata wale watu wenye, especially okay, maybe guys also are like that, but you may notice pia na ladies that ladies unapatanga kuna wale mademo wanakuambianga they don't like to talk about issues. Okay, so yeye anashindanga pile up. That's a very bad thing to do. Unajua ni kwa nini? Because the more una pile up hizo issues, it becomes difficult to solve them. Okay, kama argument by the time inaisha, a heated argument by the time inaisha, hata kama mmekubaliana msameheane, bado una feeling kuna kitu umecarry, there's a burden umecarry from that argument. Imagine sasa umepile up over 50 issues, over 20 issues, over 10 issues, alafu unadhani ati ile time utakuja kulipuka. Unaona hata, can you hear even that in the kind of language they are saying? Unasikia that kind of word ati mimi nangojanga kulipuka tu mara moja, na ikanga vitu mingi alafu nalipuka tu mara moja, enda ukalipukia na huko because at the end of the day hata ukilipukia partner wako, what do you expect them to do? So it's almost like you're blowing up in their faces, and now hakuwa najua umeshikilia hizo vitu zote. And let me tell you, sometimes you might think mtu amejua makosa yake, but unaweza pata mtu hajajua makosa yake, because either they've always done that ama haujai express your opinion na kusema by the way, I hate it when you do that, ama I feel bad when you do that, ama I feel a certain way when you do that. So anytime you don't express your opinion will never be heard. Okay, so bad communication inafikishanga relationship to a point where you guys don't even understand, you no longer understand each other, not because hamtaki kuunderstandiana, but because you are never speaking your mind. So wewe tu umejinyamazia tu. Okay, and let me tell you, being an introvert is no excuse. Juhu ni partner wako. The minute you enter the relationship, I'm here to remind you, the minute unaingia relationship si place utaenda kunyamaza. You're not an individual anymore. Sasa mko wawili. Okay, so mkifika hapo, it's like you have to tell me what you are going through. I can't read your mind. Okay, and that's the other thing. Don't expect people ati nitakuangalia hivi niseme ati umse maybe anapitia kaishu fulani, maybe sijui, maybe umezoeanga kukaa hivyo, maybe you are always gloomy, maybe tangu nikujue umeishi kuwa na gloomy face. So even when I see you with your gloomy face, niko like, umse ako sawa. Okay, so unless you open up, sometimes open up. And let me tell you, don't expect ati your partner is the best communicator, as in ati yeye ndio ati hata yeye anajua ku open up. So it's really a combined effort. Partner wako afunguke, pia wewe ufunguke. It's important to understand also, unaweza kuwa extrovert, so maybe unajipatanga hata unaongeanga sana kuliko partner wako, but now you have to figure out a way ukiingia relationship, how are you going to be making this person to talk? Because you know, as much as mse ni introvert, kuna kwanga tu na hiyo point yenye anafikanga nafunguka. That's why you'll hear most introverts say, mi tukijiwana ndio nitaongea sana. You know, like people say people come up with so many excuses of why they don't communicate well, but ni kitu unafaa kujifunza. It's not something that ati you will be born knowing ati how to communicate, because hata unaweza pata kuna mtu anaongeanga sana, but at the end of the day ukisikiza Kenya anasema they are really not expressing what they are feeling. Hakwangi aki open up, they're never speaking their mind. Anaongea tu, ni story tu, ni vibes tu, but they never speak their mind, they never open up about their issues. So bad communication will ruin a relationship, na itaisha haraka, because there's no way you expect that how open up to your partner. You're not telling them what you're going through, and you expect them what to read your mind. They cannot read your mind. Okay, ni comment hapo kwa comment section, tell me, why do you think bad communication ruins relationship, especially in your own experience?
Gachin Lion.